Cool. All right. So just kind of taking you back a little bit to March 2020, when the first lockdown kind of happened, and Boris closed down the country. What was your kind of first thought on the impact it would have on boxing back then?
I just thought it'd blow over. I didn't think it would be lasting as long as it did. I mean, at the start of the lockdown, the first one in March, I took it very serious. I never went near the gym. I never went near the gym until the June, actually, when we got the email off the Border Control saying that we're allowed to resume, professional fighters were allowed to resume training. Obviously, got to be careful and what have you. But so that was when we started up again. I got my pros down training. Had about half a dozen down, was all ticking over nicely, and then not a lot was happening really. Then I got the phone call for Dex Spellman to box Lyndon Arthur. Short notice really, only had 4.5 weeks. So we took that job, and then obviously Dex boxed again about 4 or 5 weeks later against Yard. So I was fortunate in that sense. I had a couple of me away fighters, Chris Pilkington and Joan Valou. They boxed on TV shows as away fighters, but I've had nothing come through at all for kids to fight in their own corner. And obviously, we know TV; it's just not possible for me to promote.
Yeah, and during that period, were you actively encouraging your guys to try and stay fit as possible, despite them not being allowed in the gym?
Yeah, because obviously I didn't think it would be going on as long as it did. I thought that, it only lasted a few months, so I took it serious, and then it was getting worse and worse. It was spreading like wildfire, and then that's when I realised that, hold on a minute, I'm not going to be promoting here for a long time yet. And then I was hearing other promoters having interviews and all that, and we was all in the same boat. And I mean, without TV, it's just financially impossible. I mean, Steve would work it out that just for a small 6-7 fight show, just for the testing, for the hotel and being in the bubble and the food and everything, just the people that's involved in the show, the fighters, the officials, the trainers, managers, everyone involved, it was going to cost £18,000 just for that. And obviously on top of that, you've got your venue, you've got your doctors, your paramedics, your MC, your timekeeper, referee, everybody needs paying. So you can imagine you got to find probably £40,000-50,000, and with no gate revenue, it's just impossible. I mean, it's tight enough anyway with a full gate, full capacity, and TV, without TV to make any money. So it was just never going to happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realise this, especially small ball, that it's obviously about ticket selling, isn't it? It's not, it's not you guys paying for these guys yourself. It's about them essentially financing the show, and without people coming, fans attending, then it's just like throwing money away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's never possible. I mean, even asking sponsors to come on board and that, and they're not really getting anything back because no one's going to be seeing their advertising really, unless obviously you get it streamed on YouTube and what have you. But no one's at the show to see their advertising and that. I mean, I know that a lot of them don't get any work from it. I mean, a lot of it's goodwill, but it's still nice to get the name out there. And so you couldn't even ask sponsors really. I mean, so we're in a horrible position for everybody, and I really feel for the up and coming prospects that aren't really ready to go on these shows behind closed doors because they're still up and coming. We're trying to build them up to get to TV standard, to be challenging for titles, and I don't want to just be chucking my lads in to get myself a couple of £100 out of it for no reason when obviously it's my project to build them up to get them to championship level on my shows. I mean, especially if you can sell good tickets, you're on a win-win really, because you're not going to lose on them while they're selling tickets. So then obviously you build them up, get them to 10, 15 and 0, and then you fight for titles, and you're going to earn off them that way as well. So it's just not worth putting them out on these shows. I mean, I've had a couple ask me, and I've just explained to them the situation. I said, look, you're going to be in a 60-40 fight minimum. Even though I think you're good enough, I just don't want to take the chance. So no, until it's on a level playing field, I won't be doing it.
Did you ever consider, or you and like say Steve Wood or whoever, even trying to go to some sort of television network and seeing if like I don't know, a Freeview or Channel 4 or BBC or, you know, someone that doesn't show boxing the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, and the thing is, what you've got with them sort of channels, the lower platform channels, is they might be prepared to pay the production cost and obviously show it on their TV, but on their channel, but they're not going to be willing to pay you any money. No way, because they haven't got the type of money that's needed for these shows. So they might say to you, right, you provide the content, we'll give you the production cost for nothing, but you've still got to pay for this show. You're in the same boat, so you can't win. What you could probably get off the back of that is a bit more sponsorship, because obviously it's on a TV show and there's going to be advertisements and that. But same again, it's a gamble. It's no good doing your deal with a TV, lower platform TV company, going around asking for sponsorship, can't get any, because then you're going to end up with egg on your face and you're going to have to go back to the TV company and say, look, I can't get any sponsorship. It's not going to be worth me risking putting this show on and me financing it.
Do you think, obviously you got Max from Sky, Frank with BT, Mick with Channel 5. I know they've got like these exclusive deals, but do you think like as a goodwill gesture, the broadcasters potentially could have given some small hall dates to like yourselves, Steve Wood, Mo Pryor? You know, it's never ever gonna work. I mean, they built their company up for themselves. Obviously, they've got a TV deal. It's their company. They're not just going to say to somebody like me, you know what I mean, like Matchroom, Frank, wanted to say, oh, here's a date, because it's a date that they need, that they can have themselves. So why would they give any of their dates away? I mean, they've only got a certain amount of dates. I mean, obviously, the TVs only show a certain amount of boxing shows, and they get a limited amount of shows themselves. So they're not going to say to you, hey, oh, mate, here's a show, crack on. It's never going to happen. I mean, back in the day when I was boxing, I mean, obviously, John Ashton was my manager and promoter. He were having joint promotions with the likes of Barry Earn and Frank Maloney at the time, and it was working well. They was providing probably the top of the bill and chief support and giving John the undercard, and he were putting these shows on with his big prospect up and coming fighters with good ticket sellers, and it were working well. But you don't seem to get that no more. I mean, it has happened, but you don't seem to get it as much as you used to. I mean, Box Nation's there. What a platform that would be. I mean, I just don't understand the logic how they're thinking, because it would be nice for them to say, right, Carl, we've got a date for you here. We'll pay the production. We'll give you, say, $5,000, you know what I mean, towards your show, and you provide the show. I mean, obviously, I'm going back to it again. Without no crowd, again, it's not possible. But what I'm saying is, if when we get crowds back and we're up and running, something like that would be great, because that £5,000 that they're giving us and they're paying the production, it would mean a lot to us. It would help us out. I mean, listen, it's not amazing money that they're giving us, but it pays a few of the doctors, a few of the officials, the paramedics, you know what I mean, the ring cover and what have you. So it would help. And you'd put a good show on, you know what I mean? You'd be a bit appreciated if they gave you that option. You'd put a cracking card on for TV. And listen, if you got a couple of thousand viewers and that, it's better than them keep showing repeats all the time. I just can't understand it. And that's what I thought they was going to do at one time. But nothing's ever come of it. So that was my next question, actually, was obviously Box Nation is still running. They show the odd live fight night from wherever, but the rest of it is repeat. So, you know, is that a window of opportunity? Yes, it is, I think, the small hall, but, you know, I guess I'm not in charge of Box Nation and what have you, but I mean, that's a perfect channel, isn't it, really, to kind of showcase the small hall talent. I mean, you know, I know there's plenty of like English title eliminators, Southern area eliminators, Southern area titles. These are fights that are 50-50, could get made easily. They wouldn't be as expensive as a British title fight. You know, it's a perfect opportunity. It's a shame Box Nation don't kind of go down that route.
Yeah, it is. And then I've spoken to other promoters about it, and it is a shame. I mean, I'm hoping that they will give us a date one day. But I mean, at the minute, I mean, how long's that channel's been running? 8 years now. I mean, at the start of it, I was getting a lot of work from. I was on Box Nation all the time, mostly with away fights. But I turned up and had a few upsets. I mean, we had Neil Dawson. He won the WBO Intercontinental on Box Nation when he knocked out Tony Conquest. He defended it against Chris Keane, knocked him out. He had Shane McPhilbin win the British title on Box Nation. These was all early doors, and numerous other fights I've had on there. I had Jason Ball win the Central Area on there. And the list is endless. I've had loads of work back in the day on Box Nation. That was my favourite channel when it was coming through. And it would be great for them to say to me, look, here's a date. But listen, we're just talking. I mean, I don't know who's running that channel. I don't know what interest Frank Rowan's got in it now. But that's an option, like I say. But same again, it's got to be with crowds when we get crowds back, because otherwise it's just not worth it. If they're going to be paying the production and chucking you, say, $5,000 towards a show, you're still going to be losing 40 grand. So it's just not worth it.